Promise Technology and Archiware. We appreciate your time this morning and hope you have enjoyed your 3-day weekend. Before we get started, I would like to have a gentle reminder to you. We will have 10 minutes open questions at the end of the webinar, and you can bring your questions to our speakers directly. Meanwhile, you can also send over your questions via text by using the chat icon in the top toolbar. Please kindly be informed that this webinar will be recorded by Promise Technology for the purpose of future online tutorials. Now, with honor, I'm presenting you the two guest speakers to you, the seasoned pre-sales manager from Promise Technology, Mr. Mansoor Tariq. Good morning, Mansoor.
Hello, good morning to everyone.
And the expert of data archive, Gap, as well as clone solution from Archiware, Dr. Mark Vasquez. Hi, Mark.
Hello, good morning from my side and from the Archiware headquarters here in Munich, Germany.
Thank you for being with us this morning. And I'm now hand over to you, gentlemen.
Promise and Archiware are working together for many years, and around the globe, there are countless number of customers who are using Promise storage hardware and Archiware's P5 software to move and secure their valued data. In this webinar, we both want to introduce to you Mac Pro data management solutions. Promise Technology has a wide range of data storage products for different vertical markets. Today, we will focus only on rich media segment. Since data is the most important digital asset for every professional team, the proposed concepts for the Mac Pro data management can be applied to any other installation segment as well. So let's start. In this webinar, we have 4 different use case scenarios, and we start with synchronized data from internal SSD to Pegasus R4i, J2i, or Pegasus 32. Mac Pro is setting new standards for performance and efficiency. Promise Technology has a long-term partnership with Apple, and we have co-developed with Apple the new data storage solutions for the Mac Pro. Pegasus R4i and J2i are custom designed only for the Mac Pro. These will not fit anywhere else, and every square millimeter of the design is optimized for this new Mac Pro. macOS Catalina has inbox drivers for our Pegasus storage line, so one can literally do plug and play. Pegasus 32 is the world-famous external storage solution which comes with dual host connectivity, Thunderbolt 3 and USB-C generation 3.2, and is available in different tower sizes and capacities from 16 to 112 terabyte in a very compact and quiet box right on your desk. Mark will tell us how to synchronize data between them.
The new Mac Pro offers the opportunity to sell storage plus data protection as one solution. The Archiware P5 software suite offers powerful protection for production. It covers the ABC of data management in one solution. A for archive, B for backup, and C for cloning or replication. Together with Promise Storage, this is the complete solution to protect production. Let's look at the features in more detail. Here in the first solution, we see P5 Synchronize, or the cloning or replication solution of Archiware P5. Creates a data availability solution where no restore is necessary because the complete data set is mirrored or cloned to the secondary storage. The data duplication creates a security layer because it replicates all files in case something goes wrong. From the secondary storage, they can be recovered immediately. The whole dataset can be used as one piece, which means the complete production process can continue uninterrupted in case something goes wrong. Additionally, versions and snapshots are offered here so that you can specify how many file versions of each file you want to be kept on the secondary storage. And with this, we can turn to the next solution.
Great. Synchronized data between internal SSD, Pegasus R4i, J2i, Pegasus 32 to VES R3600 XSAN volume. Pegasus products are designed for single user access only. Larger institutions where many people work on a single project and the workflow must go through different departments, a centralized shared storage is essential for efficient work. Promise Technology offers VES R3000 series as a centralized shared storage with advanced data services and different host interfaces like Ethernet and Fiber Channel. It has redundant dual controller design, and there is no any single point of failure. It is Apple XN qualified and scalable to more than 200 hard drives for massive storage capacity.
Here we see again Archiware P5 Synchronize at work. It creates a data duplication or cloning of the primary storage with immediate availability. That means no restore is necessary. It can be used as a failover in production. We offer setup assistance to make it extremely easy to set it up and get it running within a couple of minutes only. Again, versions and snapshots are offered as an option, so you can specify how many file versions you want to have of each file that you want to be able to go back to. This also allows cloning to a remote location, which means you can have maximum security and data protection by cloning to a separate company branch or a different building or half around the globe to have the same data set available to several locations. P5 Synchronize also works for data distribution, which means you can have a multi-stage workflow where P5 Synchronize transports data from, let's say, step 1 to step 2 to step 3 automatically according to certain rules. And when used with XN, file system events are used to reduce scan time and to directly talk to the metadata controller that does the administration of the XN volume. This means if you have many files, there's no comparison needed to actually go through all the files that might have been changed or created new, but that we get information from the metadata controller which files have changed or created and copy those immediately over to the secondary location. And with this, we come to the next solution.
Backup data from WESR 3600 XN volume to WESR 3600 NAS or tape. WESR 3000 series can be used as a network-attached storage and provides multi-user access to it via existing cost-effective Ethernet infrastructure. It is also a perfect target to backup valued personal or project data. NAS share folders can go to the size of several petabytes, which ensures the growth of the storage capacity along with the demand of users.
Here we see P5 Backup at work. P5 Backup is a full-featured backup solution for backup and restore of files. Again, we offer a setup assistant, which means you get it up and running within a couple of minutes. P5 Backup is interruptible, which means for whatever reason, if it gets interrupted, it picks up at the next run where it left off and will copy over the files that have not been copied before. Everything that has been saved before, of course, is restorable. There's optional offsite backup here that you can use for maximum security and disaster recovery. Again, snapshots and file versions are available and can be configured, so you can specify the number of file versions you want to be able to go back to. Important here is P5 Backup saves all files in a platform-neutral format. That gives you all flexibility choosing an operating system for a backup or archive server. So for instance, a Windows server that does not understand Apple's extended attributes, Finder attributes, XN attributes, and so on, can be used as a backup server for Mac workstations, because all the files that have been backed up will be handled back exactly as they have been handed over to the server. So we keep them in a platform neutral format. This all works on disk, tape, and cloud storage with P5 Backup. And with this, we can turn to the next solution.
Migrate data from SSD, Pegasus R4i, Pegasus J2i, or Pegasus 32 to WESR 3000 NAS or tape. With Pegasus products, as well as WESR 3000 storage series, Promise Technology provides a wide range of storage products for Mac Pro internal or external usage, as well as centralized shared storage. To use the bandwidth and the efficiency of each solution, user can migrate data from one to the other product to get the maximum possible value out of them.
Here we see P5 Archive. P5 Archive is a long-term archiving solution that migrates data over to archive storage. So all the files that have been finalized can be migrated over to save space on the most costly and high performance production storage. In the archive catalog, previews and proxies are offered so that it is easy to browse visually for files. You can see that below in the archive screenshot here. In the left column, you see the file list. In the middle, you see thumbnails and previews of the still images, and on the right you see an enlarged single asset with associated metadata. And metadata is extremely important for an archive because years after a production has been completed, there might not be any knowledge about the specific production, but there might be a need to recover specific files to reuse in other productions. So each production can customize a metadata schema using P5 Archive, because we offer this flexibility. And this is an individual process, because for each production and for each post house or each one building the archive, there might be different requirements and different importance for specific metadata. So some might more relate on technical metadata, some might more relate on descriptive metadata like actors being involved, the names of producers, names of directors, and so on. But also technical metadata like resolution, camera type, and location where things were shot are possible to include. And you can build your own individual metadata schema here. Of course, all can be browsed and searched, and there's also a combined search mechanism here so that you can search for several metadata criteria at the same time. We call this MEM-like features for the archive, from media asset management-like features. There's an option of a drag and drop tool to make it as easy as possible to archive files. And to summarize here, we saw some of the modules of Archiware P5 software suite, which covers the ABC of data management, A for archive, B for backup, C for cloning. The benefits here are it's completely operating system agnostic, it's storage agnostic, and there's a 30-day free evaluation license that's unlimited in the feature set. So you can download and try it at any time, or people or customers can use it in their own setup. We offer online a product configurator, including pricing for US dollar, euros, and British pounds. There's a series of full-length training videos called the P5 Masterclass that helps people to get into all the details of configuration and all the features. Additionally, there are step-by-step guides and much more offered on the archiware.com website.
Good, great. These were the 4 typical use case scenarios. And as you could see, Promise Technology and Archiware together provide perfect Mac Pro data management solution. After this webinar, we will provide you a solution brief document where all these 4 use case scenarios are described in detail, and you can use it for your reference. Exclusively for participants of today's webinar, Promise has a very special offer. If you purchase any of the VESA 3000 storage product, you will get 2 years additional warranty for free. Standard warranty is 3 years. But your customer will enjoy in total 5 years warranty. This promotion is valid from today till the end of this year. Just contact us after the webinar and we will handle this special offer with you. Both Promise Technology and Archiware have worldwide sales and support coverage. Here you can see the contact details of every region. Please feel free to get in touch with your local contact. And with this, we come to the end of the presentation part. Many thanks, and now let me have a look to the chat window, whether there are any questions sent to me or not. Yeah, I see some entries. Let me have a look. I have some broadcast end user customers who are dealing with large volumes in mixed infrastructures. I think you mentioned storing files, but what about moving and storing in SAN environments and specific Mac Catalina environments? Okay, good question. Since today in this webinar, we wanted to introduce only Mac Pro data management solutions, I didn't introduce the whole storage product portfolio of Promise. The introduced VESA 3000 storage series can also be used as cost-effective but powerful IP or fiber channel SAN. Furthermore, we have many other enterprise SAN storage products from the VTrack series, and we might make another webinar to introduce these separately. Okay. If you have any current storage projects, just contact us and we will help you. Okay. Then I have one other. I have been on your website to look at some information on failover, I couldn't quite get my head around the FS event feature. Could you advise the benefits here? Yeah, Mark, I think this participant wanted to send this to you, send to me. Could you kindly explain the FS event feature for Apple XN again?
So first, the failover solution means that you have the complete data set available on a secondary storage, which means if you have a production system that's path-based, you can just switch over and everybody who is connected to it can use the complete file set immediately. So there's no restore time involved. So that's failover that you can create with P5 Synchronize. Additionally, if you're using XN volumes, usually for cloning, we need to compare files that we have cloned already versus files that have not been cloned, have just been created or modified. This, of course, takes some runtime. And if you have millions of files, this runtime can build up to several minutes or even longer. When using FS events, P5 Synchronize talks directly to the metadata controller that does the administration of the files on the SAN volume, on the XN volume, and can find out which files have been created or which files have changed and can copy over those immediately, which means there's an immediate copy process going on, being started without the long scanning process before.
Okay, thank you, Mark. I see another message here. Do you have a Cloud Connect license and how does your licensing work? I think this is all more for you regarding, could you, Mark, kindly explain your licensing structure?
Yes, thank you. So P5 Archive is a software suite with 4 modules that you have seen only some of them today. And you can license all of them separately or in any combination. And for P5 Backup and P5 Archive, the 2 modules that can work with disk and tape and cloud storage, there's also a storage license. We offer bundles that are heavily reduced in price for most popular configurations. Like there's a P5 Workgroup edition, which includes the P5 Backup module that you have seen in a solution, including a storage license for up to 200 terabyte of disk or cloud storage. And this starts at 1,400 euros. There's a Sync edition that includes P5 Workgroup edition, which means the backup, and several server agents as additional data sources, and P5 Synchronize that you've seen in the solution, and this is 2,600 euros. And for P5 Synchronize that you have seen in the solution, there's no storage license needed, so it's just a base license, which is 1,700 euros. And this includes one additional server agent as an additional data source. So there are server agents in case you have more than one data source where you want to grab data from to either clone or replicate or do backup or archive.
Okay, thank you very much, Mark. I have no any further text messages sent to me. So Jason, I hand over now to you back. Okay.
Thank you, Masoor. Thank you so much for your excellent presentation, both Masoor and Mark. So before we end up this webinar today, I would like to have another gentle reminder to you, as we had prepared a quick online survey for all the participants today. With just a few of questions, all we need from you is just a few clicks on the rate of each of the questions. I believe it will take less than 1 minute for you to complete that. So for those who had accomplished the online survey completely, we will choose one winner from them and send out the Apollo Cloud 2 terabytes as a reward. We will send out a pack of information along with the link of online survey to you after the webinar. So please kindly help us to complete that, and you will have the chance to win this Apollo Cloud. So again, thank you for your participation this morning, and we are looking forward to seeing you again soon. Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen.